Hello everyone, and welcome to our demo for creating a Moorcheh chatbot for customer relations and support. In this video, we'll be going over how you can build your very own customer relations chatbot. This chatbot will allow customers to easily have their questions answered regarding your products, saving valuable times and resources. We'll be going over customizing tools to create the chatbot, the code needed to run it, and finally demoing how it answers some of our queries. So whether you're in customer relations and looking to improve client support, or exploring how to easily build a chatbot for your website, this guide walks you through the process cleanly and efficiently. So for more information, please visit our Moorcheh.ai website as shown here, as well as our Moorcheh SDK GitHub. So without further ado, let's begin.
To get started, you can navigate to the Products section of the website, scroll down to Chat Boilerplate, and click on Learn More. Here, you get all the information to build your context-aware chatbot using Moorcheh. If we scroll down further, we get led to a section called Quick Start, launching your AI chatbot in minutes. This section describes the step-by-step instructions or recipe in order to start a new project with the Moorcheh Chat Boilerplate. You can follow these commands and install all the dependencies to start your development server. We went through all these instructions in a thorough manner in a previous YouTube video, which you can check out on our YouTube page called Moorcheh.ai. In this video, we'll be focusing on how you can tailor your AI chatbot using prompt engineering as well as customize it to your own interface. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first step is to log into your Moorcheh account. Once you have logged in, you need to verify that you have an API key that is active and available. Once this is done, we can go ahead and get started with our namespaces. Namespaces organize our documents. In this case, they will organize the documents for the domain that we're creating the chatbot for. In this video, as an example, I'll be using the Eurocom website. Eurocom website basically outlines different computer services that they offer, as well as specific information about these laptops. I've gone ahead and already parsed this information into a PDF document, which I've ingested into the Eurocom website text namespace over here. Once the namespace has been created and the documents have been organized, we can go ahead and start prompting. Within Playground, I need to make sure that I'm on the correct namespaces, and I can go ahead and ask about my namespace. As I mentioned earlier, since the namespace is about Eurocom, I'm going to ask what Eurocom laptop is best suited for AI. It's important to note right now I'm using the default settings in the Playground parameters. So I'm using the Claude 3.7 Sonnet, but I have different AI models that I can use. I'm also using the default header and footer parameters as well. So using these default parameters, I get the following response. Based on the provided context, the AI returns the specific model that is best suited for demanding AI tasks. But we can improve this response. We can further return all the specifications of the different competitor laptops and why they are the best suited for the user as well. In order to do this, we can customize the header and footer responses sent to the backend API. Essentially, the header prompt is the instructions given at the beginning of the prompt to the AI. It gives the chatbot with the context the context to which it can form its response from. In this case, our default header prompt is, "You're a helpful AI assistant. Based on the provided context and chat history, please answer the user's query. If the context is not sufficient, say you do not have enough information." This is a good default prompt, but in this case, we want to customize our prompt to be able to be better suited to Eurocom's needs. We want the chatbot to return specifications like the GPU, the CPUs, and all the different laptop contenders in an organized format. In order to do so, we can change our header prompt in the following way. I've gone ahead and already changed my header prompt as follows. "You're a helpful, accurate, and technically knowledgeable assistant trained on Eurocom laptop data. Your role is to help users select the right Eurocom laptop for their needs, explain technical specs in accessible terms, and compare models based on performance, portability, and upgradability. Answer queries based on the available model data, highlight key specs, and provide links to the official product pages. As you can see, this prompt is more thorough in its nature and would allow the user to get a more holistic sense of the information that they need in order to make their decision. Similarly, we can also customize the footer prompt. The footer prompt is the instructions given at the end of the prompt to the AI. In this case, the footer prompt defines to the AI to give the context blocks which it retrieves its information from. I think it could be useful for the users to receive the context and metadata, so in this case, I'll keep the footer prompt same. You can feel free to customize your header and footer prompts and keep changing it according to your needs. So I can save these settings and see how the chatbot responds once we've changed the header and footer prompts. So asking the same question to the chatbot, we can see that the chatbot provides us with a more accurate assessment of the Eurocom laptops. So it gives us the top recommendation, the CPU, GPU, RAM, storage, and AI benefits, and different alternative options as well. So with this correct recommendation and as well as different factors considered, our AI model is more suited to answer to the needs of the user. We can also customize other relevant settings and model parameters to adjust how the AI generates its responses. We can firstly select from different AI models to use. We have the Claude 3.7 Sonnet, Claude Sonnet 4, Amazon Nova Pro, and other such models. You can go through these models and in the playground experiment with different models and their specification, and from there find the model that works best for your needs. We can also further adjust the temperature. So the temperature controls response creativity and randomness. Essentially, it determines how grounded the response is in its nature to the context provided. In this case, since I'm looking for more factual information about the laptop, I'm going to keep it to a balanced zero point 0.5. Next, the top K results returns or uses the maximum number of context results returned. So essentially, it gives the AI model 15 word chunks from which to base its answers from. Since the standard is 15, I'm going to keep it the same. We can also further customize the relevance threshold, which is the minimum relevance score for context filtering. I'm going to keep it as low as zero point 0.0, and there are also other advanced options like kiosk mode and showing the metadata, which you can further configure. I'll be saving these settings to my chat, and once we have done this, we have all our configurations set for the AI chatbot that we're going to make. After this has been done, we can go ahead and export these settings in a customized file called api-config. Essentially, this file contains all the information that we had set up in our settings. Once this has been done, we can go ahead and get started with working on our chatbot in our IDE. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and already set up the .env file in my packages. The .env file contains my Moorcheh API key and other branding guide parameters such as the name, title, subtitle, description, contact email, assistant name, storage preface, and export prefix. This information is all available in the brandingguide.nd, which shows you how to customize your chat application's branding using environment variables. Once this is done, we have to export our current settings into the config folder. So based on the API config file that I just downloaded, I'm going to drag and drop it into the config folder within my chatbot. As you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the config folder essentially just contains information about the settings that we had configured in the playground. Once this is saved under the config folder as api-config.json, we can go ahead and run our terminal. So I'll open a new terminal and run the following command: npm run dev. What this does is essentially opens our chatbot in a localhost URL. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link and open it in a new website. As you can see, this hosts a widget with the Your Chatbot. I can ask the same question I had did earlier in the playground. What Eurocom laptop is best suited for AI? And as you can see, it gives us a similar answer to what was seen in the playground. We can also further customize our chatbot interfaces. An important part of the chatbot is choosing between a chatbot component of an interface or a widget. In the README under the chat folder, you can see how to change your chat system as a widget, which is a floating button, or a full chat interface. In order to do this, we can go to the lib folder, navigate down to chatconfig.ts, and scroll down to the line number 93, which specifies the chat type. In this case, it was set to widget, but we can go ahead and change the option to interface. By saving this option, I can reload my localhost and see that the Eurocom chatbot is now loaded into a full chatbot interface. There are also other specifications that we can make within the UI. There are different components that we can add or change, and custom themes and fonts that we are able to work through. This is available under the Customize folder, which is a README describing all these parameters in a more thorough manner. An interesting part of the custom themes is that it is a dynamic UI interface, which means it gets immediately customized to the specific website that or the specific fonts used in the website that you are on. So for example, since I was in dark mode on the Moorcheh.ai website, my chatbot was immediately loaded as a dark theme. This makes it super easy to customize your CSS files automatically for the specific domain or website which you're using the chatbot for. If you would rather change the CSS files yourself, you can go ahead and do so. So for example, in order to change the theme, we would have to edit themes-config under the themes folder. Here in line 42, we get options to choose from: light, dark, blue, green, or system. In this case, I'm going to choose the option blue and save it. Once this is done, I can again reload my local host, and as you can see, my local host theme is changed to blue. Understanding this, and our next important step is to be able to determine how to include our chatbot to our specific domain or website. So as I mentioned earlier, you can add the chatbot as a widget directly into your website domain as a component. The dynamic UI abilities of the boilerplate will automatically configure the chatbot to the specific fonts and themes available in your website, making it easily customized, and conveniently integrated into your website. Another option is to host a separate domain with the chatbot. You can use providers such as Vercel or Render and specifically customize your CSS themes, which are available in the README files. Awesome. So once we have understood this, we now know how to tailor our chatbot to our specific domain and customize the settings for our specific domain with our chatbot as well. So this shows how convenient Moorcheh's chat boilerplate can be in order to create a custom chatbot for your website.
So to conclude, Our chatbot shows how customers can retrieve accurate answers to their queries. Overall, this is a powerful tool for business owners to provide support and information to their customers. You can easily customize this chatbot for any product or website that you have. So we hope this demo gave you a clearer understanding of how to create your own chatbot using Moorcheh, and we look forward to seeing you build with Moorcheh in the future. Thank you.